Ian from Lean Media. Today I'm going to be talking about missing inventory at Amazon fulfillment centers or Amazon warehouses. If this video helps you, please take a moment to like it and follow me. Let's get started. So last year I posted a video about missing FBA warehouse inventory in Amazon Seller Central. Here's what I learned. So this was from, let's see here, 7 months ago. So this is like late 2020, 22. And basically what I was talking about is in Amazon Seller Central, if you're looking at your FBA shipping queue, you can see if the units expected and the units received don't line up in this particular column. And for instance, in this particular one, 40 purple, let's see, that was from August of last year. You can see they were expecting 40, but they got 0. And I talked about what I learned. Interestingly, I've started to get a lot of comments about this from other people. And I wanted to talk about the comments and also talk about how things have changed since late last year. And unbelievably, they've gotten a lot worse. I'm going to give you some real examples from my experience and just give some observations about that. So somebody said one day ago, Amazon loses our stuff all the time. It is extremely difficult to get, let's blow this up a little bit, to get a knowledgeable tech support employee to help out regardless of the invoices and docs provided. Okay, the response usually is we are investigating, or the investigation confirms that 0 was received. Only small discrepancies are refunded. That's a really bad sign, because sometimes, you may be missing 50 or 100 units and they'll only give you a refund for a small number of them. I would suggest ignoring all the yellow wait until dates, open the same case 10 times until a refund. So I totally get where this person is coming from, and I understand too, because I've seen cases where I've asked for a refund or something and it's just like a nonstop fight just to get, first of all, acknowledgement of the problem, explain what's going on, particularly if it's a complicated shipment, and then getting fully refunded for everything. The other thing that started to happen for me is I frequently ship to a group of fulfillment centers in the Northeast US, in New Jersey and Pennsylvania, and the frequency of missing inventory has gone up in 2023. Here's what I've learned. I'm going to show you some screenshots that might help to explain that. So first of all, that's not where I want to go. All right. So this is Amazon Advantage. It's not Amazon Seller Central. It's a program for people who sell media products, and I'm someone who sells media products in addition to selling non-media products. So I use this program to send in inventory, just like Amazon Seller Central. This is somehow connected with Amazon Vendor Central. I'm not quite sure of the relationship, but anyways, you can see these are the cases I've filed since for about 9 months ago or something. You can see in September of 2022, let me blow that up a little bit. I said missing 49 units of ASIN, blah, blah, blah. And so that was a case that I filed about that one. And then starting this year in January, there was another case involving that. Then in March, another one. 1 carton, 4 ASINs miscounted. April, another one, missing 49 units of this ASIN. May, another one. This is just like earlier this week, missing units at ABE8. That's one of their facilities in New Jersey. So now I'm getting missing units every month at this one fulfillment center. The same thing is happening on my Amazon seller account. Basically, what I do is I create a folder for each support case that I open so I can keep track of everything. And I have like a template that I use to file these things. But you can see missing box 400 orange bar. This is from February. And then there's another case that's taking place in April. So I'm seeing this both in Amazon Seller Central and in Amazon Advantage, which is part of Amazon Vendor Central, I believe. And it's getting more and more frequent. And while I can fight these, it takes time to do it. Usually I have to first tell them that there are missing units. And then I have to get together all of the evidence for that. And that includes things like UPS shipping codes. Usually for many of these programs, I'm actually using Amazon's own shipping system to get it into the Amazon Fulfillment Center. So they have this information, but they still want screenshots of it. And then it's just back and forth like, oh, you need to file a shortage claim for this invoice. So I have to file two separate claims for that. When they send me a response to one of these claims, it's it sends me to a URL that doesn't work, so I have to open up a new claim. It's really a pain in the neck to deal with it. Sometimes they don't completely, it takes a long time to explain what's happened. They don't completely refund me, and it's really frustrating. It takes up time for me, it takes up time for them, and it's just a big mess. And I know I'm not the only one. I'm assuming that this is the case for other sellers, not only in Amazon's New Jersey fulfillment center, but maybe elsewhere in the country as well. Because on this video that I showed you before, like, these are people from all over the country, and maybe even internationally, who are having the same problem. So you may be wondering, well, what's going on? Why is Amazon all of a sudden having a problem dealing with this stuff? And I think it's because they're having a trouble getting workers. This is a post that I made on my blog last October. They're running out of workers in some markets. Like, there's not only a labor shortage in the United States, but I think Amazon has burned so many people in certain areas of the country that people don't want to work for them anymore, no matter how much they pay, no matter how good their benefits are. Amazon is not a nice place to its warehouse workers. That's an established fact. And I think what's happening is they don't have enough workers, and the workers they do have are overworked. They're stressed out. They're not as careful. Stuff gets dropped off at an Amazon fulfillment center. This is one of the fulfillment centers I visited in New England a couple years ago. You can see all the trucks that are coming in. Like, this thing is as big as an airport terminal. And they have hundreds of trucks coming in every day. They have to be unloaded. The people that are working at these fulfillment centers, it's high turnover, it's hard work, and I think they're just burning out. And I think a lot of stuff is slipping through the cracks. This was a problem last year. It's an even bigger problem this year, as I have demonstrated with my own cases on Amazon Advantage. Like, once a month, I'm dealing with this problem just at this fulfillment center in New Jersey. If you multiply this by all the other sellers who are sending into the same fulfillment center, you can imagine that it's a big problem. And then, another thing I have to say, a lot of people don't even realize it's a problem. In order for me to find out that there's an issue with this, with a certain a purchase order or a certain shipment that I've sent into an Amazon fulfillment center, Amazon doesn't say, hey, on the front page of Amazon Advantage or Amazon Seller Central, there's no warning here saying, hey, we were expecting 100 units, but we only got 50. No, what you have to do is you have to dig in to the shipments. Then you have to click on the purchase order. And then you have to manually compare like these numbers here. So the accepted quantity and the quantity received. And if there's a discrepancy, you have to tell them about it. You have to copy and paste this stuff. You have to take a screenshot and let them know, hey, I sent this stuff in. Here's the UPS proof of delivery. Here's the information about this, and you guys miscounted. In this particular case, there's only a discrepancy of 1, and I'm not going to fight that one. But sometimes I come to this particular page, and it will say, like, accepted quantity 100, quantity received 1. And it's just really maddening to try to track down what the heck happened at these fulfillment centers. Usually when you file a support case on Amazon Seller Central or Amazon Vendor Central, it goes to a support crew in another country. Maybe they're, of course, they're not at the fulfillment center. They're just looking at computer screens. They're trying to figure out what's going on too. I think that the support staff, they have a tough job as well. And maybe it's hard for them to figure things out too. So it's just this nonstop back and forth. It affects everybody, especially the sellers, but also the staff at the support staff, as well as the staff at the warehouses, Amazon warehouses. And there's no easy answer for it, but Amazon really needs to step it up, figure it out, help people figure out how much they're missing and how to deal with this in an easy way. Because this system for filing a case, if I notice that there's a discrepancy, it's like, that doesn't scale for me. I can't be spending hours every week, every time I send in a shipment to go back and check and make sure that everything got in there okay. And then if it didn't, file another case. So it's very frustrating for a lot of sellers as well. Anyways, that's the end of my rant. Keep the comments coming on the videos that I post. I try to give some guidelines on how to handle these things. So the one thing that you should be doing, of course, is checking. For instance, the units expected versus units received in Amazon Seller Central or in Amazon Vendor Central, the unit shipped, the accepted quantity versus quantity received. You need to check that. You need to stay on top of it. And if there's a problem, you need to file a case as soon as possible. Don't wait for three or 4 months later to do this. Usually, if it's not processed within a month of getting there, that means they lost it or something else happened to it, and you have to get on their case to try to fix it and hopefully get refunded. For more information on how to get the most out of Amazon Seller Central, Amazon Advantage, programs like that, check out my blog at leanmedia.org. Click on blogger video. I have a lot of resources and observations about that. And then, of course, if you like this video, like it and then follow me, because usually I have new videos every week. Thank you so much for watching.